Hello, hello. Welcome to you all. Welcome to the second day of the Plastic Fantastic Bootcamp. I'm Elena Kalimeri, part of the Impact Hub Athens team. And as happened yesterday, I will be hosting also the second day of our bootcamp. So let's see what we're going to do today. So let's see the agenda. Actually, we will start with a little bit of a warm-up. We want to see your whys and get to know each other in a more, let's say, closer level. So we're going to start with a short, not exercise actually. I would say it's more something like a warm-up. Then we're going to proceed with our inspiration session. We're going to have with us Mertzimekis, representing RAMONES, Andy Bownds, representing EcoBrixs, and last but not least, Soeren Lex, representing Plasticpreneur. Since we have already discussed and learned the business model fundamentals, we're really thankful to have these wonderful representatives today with us in order to hear their stories and discover more insights concerning their value propositions, their revenue streams, and of course more elements that are strongly connected with their business model. Then we're going to proceed with the educational part of the day bootcamp. So since yesterday we went through the business model with Nikolaos Huter from Relevant Ventures, today we're going to go a bit deeper with George Strategopoulos from the Unifund, who has prepared a wonderful pitching masterclass for you all. And then we're going to wrap up and see what is in our plate for tomorrow. Having said all that, I hope you're all feeling strong. You have some time to digest all the data and the information that we and our content partners shared with you yesterday. So we're going to start.
And we concluded too fast.
You have chosen to develop entrepreneurial solutions that are strongly connected with the environmental sustainability. What drives your passion towards that? So let's move to that and see what will come up. Okay. Okay, so we can see that we have together with us climate activists. Okay. Many people are zero waste enthusiasts. For others, we can see the SDGs indicators. So that means that they have a strong entrepreneurial mindset. They can see opportunities arising from legal frameworks and new strategies. Responsibility, very nice. Care. Okay, the scientific background. Fair enough. Ethics, very interesting. Future generation, nice. Natural health. I will be honest. Health issues are what drives my own passion regarding environmental sustainability. Okay. Children. So that means that maybe we have parents among us and animal health. Okay, very nice. Okay, we have already learned, and we're going to see it again tomorrow, that we should always start with a why. So you know that our motive with this question is not simply curiosity, but it also has an educational element in that. Okay, fair enough. We have 22 responses. Thanks a lot. Let's move with our agenda for today. So, as I have already shared with you, today we have picked three actually very interesting stories from different countries with different backgrounds and different roles within their organizations, because we would really like to learn from people that are already established leaders in environmental innovation. And we think that while listening to their stories, it can be empowering enough also for us who are doing our first steps on that, or maybe have a startup, and the challenges at the very beginning are quite high. So we think that it's always optimistic to hear from others that are a little bit beyond us, and also to learn from some mistakes or challenges that they did while building their ventures. And having said all that, we will start with Theo Mertzimekis, who happens to be, among others, an associate professor of University of Athens. Theo is here with us today because he, as a representative of the RAMONES teams, which designs, develops, and validates a new generation of radiation detecting instruments with an aim to offer scaled-up solutions to researchers, policymakers, and communities. So Theo represents, let's say, the first pillar of the Remedies program and the first challenge of our hackathon, which is detection and monitoring of plastic. Theo, thanks a lot for being here with us. Before passing the ball to you, I would like to say that Theo will be sharing insights regarding RAMONES for the next 7 minutes. And unfortunately, the program today is quite tight. So in case you do have questions, we kindly ask you to start writing them to our chat so that we can share them afterwards with the Visionaries and come back to you writtenly. Thanks a lot. Theo, the floor is yours.
Hi guys, sorry, I got kicked out of Zoom, so I hope you can all hear me well, if that's okay, yeah? So
We do.
let me share my slides. I have a few ones just to recap of my expertise, background, why I'm here. Thank you all for joining the bootcamp. I think I'm quite privileged to be in such an audience with Visionaries, and I hear all these nice words about myself. It's not very typical, it's not very common actually, but I'll try to be modest and see how this effort that we have started some years ago already has producing some results under a common umbrella with many people joining our effort. We come from a slightly different background than microplastics. My background actually is radioactivity. I'm a professor of nuclear physics, but I have this environmental feelings already a long time ago, already 25 years ago. And I think this project that we're here to say a few words about, RAMONES, is basically something I try to combine already from when I was a young student all the way to a professional career that I've built over the years. So RAMONES is radioactivity monitoring in ocean ecosystems. It combines all different things from different aspects. As I said, it's a joint effort from several institutions and experts in Europe. This project is funded as a FET, which means that it's one of the high risk, high gain projects that try to bring new technology and new solutions. In our case, the solutions have to adopt in the marine environment, which is, some of you very well know that it's a very harsh environment. It's hard to reach, hard to operate, hard to really find solutions and give answers to questions. So try to use radioactivity in both ways. Basically, first to understand what is down there in the depths of the oceans as radioactivity itself and see if we have any risk to the ocean ecosystems. But second time, taking advantage of new technologies based on artificial intelligence, machine learning, and also building marine robotics and marine engineering to try to give to get radioactivity as a proxy observable that we can understand large-scale phenomena about the chemical substances, about hydrothermal vent fields that exist in submarine volcanoes, about streams, about all kind of different phenomena that we're not very it's not very easy to access and study. So we have three basic pillars that I already mentioned. One is build a new class of instrumentation that will help us provide monitoring. This is one of the major aspects and major motivations behind this project, but behind RAMONES. But we have also to rely to new technology. We build novel marine robotics instrumentation that will carry new instruments that we'll build and explore the oceans based on this information, try to get their own knowledge and their own brains, basically based on the sensors that we have and the signals that these sensors record. So they try to auto-navigate, provide autonomous, basically communication between themselves, build a swarm of robots that will span and roam the oceans and try to get this monitoring going in this marine environment. Everything else, of course, has to rely on novel algorithms. We need to provide solutions based on the latest developments in computer science and IT. And this artificial intelligence methods, we have to build themselves. Of course, this is something that we develop, and it's a lot of effort by many experts, as I said. In the end, all this have to come to the environment. So we have to really provide modeling, provide solutions, provide understanding, provide from the monitoring, the continuous in situ policies or data for the policies to protect the environment, protect the communities that are next to coastlines, for example, and ensure that these communities can be sustainable in terms of financial aspects, in terms of their own well-being for the years to come. The challenges, of course, are great. So I think, and my vision is behind all this, that we have some kind of solutions here based on all these instruments and all these robots to really provide our little knowledge as a little brick for the better well-being of the new generation in the next years to come, and actually tackle all the problems that have to do with the environmental thing. Radioactivity typically has a negative meaning, but we try to really reverse this, barrels up, and see how we can take advantage of it and provide solutions. So I will skip that because basically the project is about excellence. It's about new things. It's full of innovation. Everything that we built, from the sensors, for example, to provide monitoring, imaging in situ, long-term, short-term, fast decision, get the risk going out of all the things that we see in this strange environment that we're not very actually familiar. We dive in the sea, but we don't live in the sea. And this is completely different situation, environment. So we have all kind of instrumentation we have built over the years. And now are ready to deploy on a permanent basis. These are some of the robots you can see. For example, here up on the right, we have sensors that can be mounted on autonomous robotics. These are gliders that can go up and down like in a wave motion, and they can span the marine environment and provide all the information. From this technology, as I said, one can try to really reduce the risk to the environment about the ocean ecosystem, provide solutions. We can provide some policy based on data. We have committed to open access and fair protocols for disseminating the information. And all this will be basically an add-on value for a European level, but also at the global scale. We have built codes. We have built already a first prototype of a risk information system to provide live data and live decision. And overall, in the end, what we try to achieve in this business, in this project, let's say, we have founded a consortium with 4 other projects that serve different scopes, but we belong all together into a common umbrella called environmental intelligence. So take advantage of new technologies, new algorithms, new monitoring tools, new sensors, new artificial intelligence schemes, just to really drive an environment into a better state than it is here, and take advantage of what is available to really progress the situation worldwide. We have tried to build a multi-volume blueprint already. We have 3 volumes already submitted to the European Union. There's 1 more coming. We also have a summer school that we will organize in July based on environmental intelligence. And I hope that you people if you have any questions, please ask. I would be happy really to share information. It's an endless wealth of information that we collected, and all the vision, all the passion behind this type of research, I think it's widely applicable, especially if you go to microplastics monitoring. And this is my key word for the end of this, let's say, short lecture. Monitoring is a key for everything, especially in the marine environment. If you don't monitor, you don't know what's going on. It's a dynamic environment. You need the information as fast as possible, evaluate, assess, collect, disseminate. Thank you for that. I hope it's not too long. I will be happy to see you, and I will be happy to discuss with you all kinds of aspects of the project or anything else you would like.
Theo, thanks a lot. I'm like, wow, after your presentation.
Thank you.
I hope that it's encouraging in a way also for our applicants, for our cohort.
Because let me add one thing, sorry about that. We have together also Eleni Petrais here with us, who's one of our experts in fair data and risk policy. We joined this hackathon because we believe in what you're trying to achieve here. And I think it's going to be very profitable for us to really get connected with all this community. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
Actually, we are thankful for your contribution, both as content partners and as award partners, of course. And we have already discussed your role yesterday, so we didn't want it, to overwhelm the cohort today. Thanks a lot. And Theo, before moving to Andrew from Uganda, a piece of advice, a short piece of advice to people that are doing their first steps in entrepreneurship and research?
Are you asking me? Sorry.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so could you repeat, please? I thought you were asking Andrew.
A last piece of advice.
For entrepreneurs. Okay. I think I said that at the beginning. You need a vision, you need a passion. This is something that drives you. Of course, things change over the time. Things change over the circumstances that you face in your career. You have difficulties, ups and downs, but you need a vision. I think this is what drives science, and you have to believe in innovation. Innovation is something that maybe is not too meaningful, but from the other point of view, innovation is the passion to hunt down new things, just invent new things. It might be a little piece of something, it might be something big, but every little piece counts. And I think this is the thing. So focus on something, really run after it, work on it. I think this is it will give you something back sooner or later.
Thanks a lot, Theo, for sharing. We can slightly move to our second visionary from Uganda. Of course, I'm referring to Andrew, the Chief Executive Officer of EcoBrixs. EcoBrixs has actually built zero waste communities in Uganda through a closed loop recycling system. We are really happy and honored to have you here today. Andrew, and of course, Andrew, the solution applies to our collection and valorization pillar. So, Andrew, you can start sharing your screen, and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Let me see if I can share my screen easily. Awesome. Actually, there's a better screen.
Great. If you can put it full screen, that would be great.
Yeah, 1 second. I think I have a better screen to share, if that's possible. So we'll just change this one. No, where is it? Here we go. I think we're on to a winner here.
Exactly.
There we go.
We're ready.
Awesome. Cool. So yeah, I've been introduced. EcoBrixs, that's our logo. So I was asked to speak about some various questions. One was the inspiration of why we started EcoBrixs. As we've already been introduced, as a recycling business based in Uganda. The plastic problem in Uganda is a very visual problem. It's everywhere. It's unaesthetically pleasing, and you see it burning on the side of the road. You see it, open fly tipping all over the place. And then there's huge unemployment as well. So we were excited to see an achievement and an opportunity to create sustainable development, which is what my passion is. I've been living out in Uganda for 10 years now, working in sustainable development, and built 3 different social enterprises, 2 of which I've sold on. So EcoBrixs is the current one. So this is, it's a huge passion to build real sustainable development, because I believe development only really takes place when you give someone a job that allows them to have money that is completely unrestricted, that they can spend as they want. So it was more about the creation of jobs actually than the environment, but this had so many wins when I was looking into the next thing to explore. So yeah, we're really a business solution to a development. So our business model, it's fairly straightforward, that we add value to plastic. This starts by buying plastic from the community. We believe in 2 key words: to make it convenient and to motivate people. We make it convenient by having buyback centres or recycling hubs, so scattered across southern Uganda now. We stretch over a 350 plus kilometre radius where we collect plastic from. So these buyback centres or recycling hubs, so a buyback centre has a baling capacity and fills a truck much faster, and a recycling hub is the one you see in the bottom corner there, that is a bit more community focused and allows for anyone to really start recycling plastic. But there, at any of those, you can go, your plastic gets weighed, and you receive instant cash reward, depending on the type of plastic you've delivered and the volumes of plastic. So that's where the motivation comes in. So we've made it convenient by setting up all these sites so it's easy to access. And then we've motivated through arguably the highest motivator out there, and that is cash. Then it comes through to our processing facility. So our processing facility, this is a little bit of an older photo, but can currently processes up to 70 tons of plastic a month. And has capacity to do 100, so we're working hard to increase our collection. And there, the first process is to clean, sort, segregate, and then crush and wash the materials ready for different production lines. So PET production, which is your clear plastic bottles, that gets sold further up the recycling value chain for B2B. Either we're exporting that material, or we're now trying as much as possible to sell in country. And we have some good that turn it into either a PET fibre or have bottle-to-bottle capacity, which is a large-scale process. Or we create our own eco-products using a variety of different machines. We have some from your next speaker, Soeren, on site as well, who developed some machinery. And yeah, there we create eco-products, a huge variety. The one displayed here is our current product of toilet slabs, which is used widely in the WASH programs, and we're currently in partnership with Red Cross to create that product and take it to market and sell a lot to them, which is really exciting. But we create an alternative to wood that is used in the construction industry, or used in either we sell customer to customer, direct to customer, or B2B, and we have some large contracts with big producers of steel, like roofings in Uganda, where we sell multiple fence posts, and they sell it as a third-party product with an extra profit addition to them. But really what I'm trying to stress here is that our business model is all directed towards market. So where's the market? Because sustainability comes from that end market point, which I'll touch on a little bit now in my advice. Or I should touch on, if I go back one slide, I've got some Q1 figures from 2024. So in this first quarter, so 1st of January to the end of March, we've collected 162 tons of plastic and generated over $70,000 worth of revenue. So that's $440 a ton that we add value to. So that's a decent profitability scale there. And we also currently are still topped up a little bit by grants, mainly for capital costs that support us in when we're renovating lines or adding new machinery. But yeah, that's our business model is effective and sustainable. And it allows us to create, currently we have over 4,000 people that have earned through delivering plastic to us since the start of 2023. And I think it's 227 of those earning above the national minimum wage on a month-by-month basis. So that shows the amount of people earning income and the amount who have made it a full-time job just delivering plastic into us, alongside our 33 full-time staff and our 10 part-time staff. But some of the challenges and a bit of advice I would say for anyone starting on an entrepreneurial journey is I think everything is built around systems and getting your systems right from the start. As CEO touched on, you've got to be able to collect the data to be able to really know where you're going forward. So we've had challenges because we grew very gradually. We've had challenges that our systems weren't up to scratch right from the beginning, and we were buying a lot of foreign objects of metals and stones and water, and we once even had a live turtle delivered in a bag of plastic. So, and we were obviously weighing that and paying for that weight until our systems really improved, and we were able to devise a lot better sorting system and a 3-stage system for all our suppliers to reduce on fraud in that capacity. Again, on systems, make sure your HR systems are really, really solid. We now say we don't trust individuals, we trust in our systems. And even if you have trust within your staff team, a system backs that up. So the more systems, the better. And we've been improving on that. Procurement is a particular one in our setting in Uganda that is sadly open to lots of challenges because you can easily liaise with suppliers in Uganda. So you've got to somehow avoid that, and we've created systems around that. And then providing the ownership of those systems to department heads to manage, so it becomes a lot more fluid and flowing. And then right at the start again, get those policies in place. We learned the hard way. I developed all the policies and created them. And then we had some challenges right at the top of our leadership. And we had to go back and redo all those policies with lawyers and go through it all again. So I would recommend making sure you get the right partners on at the beginning. They follow your mission, they understand your mission, and then making sure your policies are airtight. They would be my top advices. I think I've kept it under the 7 minutes maybe, but so I welcome any questions.
Wow, wow, Andrew, quite right on time. Thanks a lot for sharing your actual insights concerning the business model, but it's also important that the whole idea, the whole intervention, huge intervention, actually started from kind of a disappointment for one sector, and for the inner willingness to help people being emancipated through job opportunities. Wow, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for sharing. Just to remind to our cohort participants that they can still keep on writing their potential questions to Andrew, to Theo, and to Soeren, which will come next. Actually, last but not least, we're really happy to have to hear the story of Plasticpreneur by Soeren, who, if I'm not mistaken, is based in Austria.
Yes.
That's right, okay. And Soeren, together with his team, develop, design and manufacture plastic recycling machines, standard and customized molds, and offering several services, among which market research, consulting, for plastic solutions, for sustainable plastic solutions, actually. And having said all that, Soeren, once again, we're really thankful for having you here, and we're all ears to start hearing your story.
Hello from my side. I will also try to share my screen.
We can see your screen.
Yes.
Great, thank you.
As mentioned, I'm Soeren, based in Austria, but my story starts 120 kilometers northeast of Andrew, in Uganda, actually. And basically, I had no idea about anything, what to start and where to start. With my wife, we were traveling around the world, experiencing cultures. I was studying social entrepreneurship, so solving social challenges in an economical way, but I never planned on doing anything with plastic and had no idea about plastic. This was 5, 6, 7 years ago. And being there, we just had fun. It was just amazing living, working together, experiencing things together. But on the other side, as Andrew mentioned, we really wanted to focus on creating job opportunities. And obviously, this is Lake Victoria, the very famous lake. We saw all this plastic waste and realized, okay, a lot of waste, a lot of people who do not know what to do. So we thought, yeah, we can focus on building business models and get some technology there. And then figured out that there is not really any technology you can just go and buy on a small scale or low budget kind of level. And so with research and open source materials, as you probably most of you know precious plastic, we started building the first things. We were actually the first people in the precious plastic world building anything on the African continent. And we're very involved in the first years there, but also realized that it needs to be stepped further and be more professionalized. And that's what we learned together. So we had all no idea about plastic, about how to process it, but we learned that plastic is an ideal material for the circular economy, that with not so much energy consumption, you can transform it in almost any given object. And it's therefore very easy and simple and perfect to create new products. The second thing we learned is that the process itself is actually not so complicated. As you could see with EcoBrixs, they have it more industrialized already, but it's still possible to implement basically in different regions around the world. So learning about the material itself, learning about the process, coming from these open source communities and having worked by ourselves with it, we basically just developed simple, ready-to-use, low-cost machines, not with the aim to start their own company or their own project, like EcoBrixs did, but just to equip this one thing back there in Entebbe, Uganda, but never with the aim or in mind to actually build a business and start selling these things. Until suddenly people saw it and asked us if they can buy it. And we were thinking, yeah, why not? We can maybe sell our machines. So then we started slowly building up a company, selling these technologies and developing them further. And up to today, we also realized, of course, that it's not only about the technology, it's also about the knowledge transfer, the workshops, the programs which we implement worldwide. And our products are in use in more than 90 countries today. So almost every second country in the world is using Plasticpreneur technology for small-scale plastic recycling, which we have never planned sitting in the circle back there at Lake Victoria. And it's just starting, which is quite exciting because we just see this demand and opportunity to use this material to inspire and enable different communities and different applications. And in our mind, because we didn't know anything about plastic, we thought sort of EcoBrixs way, you can set up decentralized production units and make products to sell them, to create business opportunities, income opportunities. But then suddenly universities started buying our machines. So the largest universities in Europe, in other continents, are using our machines. On the right side here, we see an industrial extruder, which costs a few hundreds of thousands of euros. And just to turn this one on for one day is around 5,000 euros. So our whole machine costs 5,000 euros. And of course, the university doesn't have the budget to have this large machine running every day. So they run it only on open day once a year to attract new students, or to run it for some tests if it's paid by the industry. But with our machines, they can daily just go plug it in, test new materials, create new things, prototype, showcase things, which we didn't know that there's even a demand for it. We have BMW as a very large customer from us who is doing different projects with our machines, from workshops, awareness raising, up to prototyping, working with research and development internally. They have built their own BMW circular lab around our machines. We have companies like Nike, the North Face, building things in a closed loop system where from the store they create products for the stores, like these hangers. We have on the Mount Everest base camp products in ecotourism where tourists collect the waste from the Mount Everest and transform it into the relief of the Mount Everest and the Himalayas. And so suddenly we learned that there are many, many approaches where this simply way of using recycled plastic can be used. We have been in the largest refugee camps in various countries, and last but not least, of course, to touch on Andy as well, EcoBrixs, which we were lucky enough many years ago to be one of the first field tests to really see what's needed and what's possible. And we are very happy that Andy EcoBrixs grew out of our machines basically, and is doing much more now. And so we see that, and also I know that lots of your projects, when I look through them, are touching on different aspects where different technologies are needed. And that's very exciting because we see that it's still in early stages, the whole plastic recycling and how to hands-on have access to it. And as a challenge or advice, I just found it quite interesting to meet the established, which apparently we three are meant in this session. And I don't feel established because I think there's so much to learn. And although there are 90 countries where we daily have feedback from customers, from project partners, we still feel that it's just the beginning and the start. And that's basically also my advice, that it's okay to be not established. As long as we heard from Theo, if we have the innovation going, especially from Andrew, if we have this vision why we are doing what we are doing, I think if we can have this in place, we can go through everything and work towards our mission, our vision, our purpose. And yeah, I think that's what I wanted to tell us, that it's an ongoing process and we're happy to learn together with all of you the next steps for all of us. Thank you.
We thank you, Soeren. Actually, it's really nice to identify once again that all of the established or the doers, if I can be more precise, the doers that we had with us today are part of larger communities, and this is one of the main actually targets of this bootcamp and hackathon, of this 5-day event, is to create a prominent community and diverse community from researchers, business consultants, doers that have already started their ventures, communities that can tap on the solutions created through all of these ventures, and to see how we can join forces, how we can tap on let's say, the challenges that each one face, and how we can effectively move together on that. And it's also very inspiring, and at least for me, to hear that all the three models that you have shared with us are scalable from the very beginning. So this is a collective piece of advice, I guess, to our cohort for today. So thanks a lot. And a sweet reminder to reach out to these people. They are more than willing to answer your questions, to get connected with you, and maybe to collaborate in the near future with you. Soeren, thanks again. And inspiration actually is here with us because we want you to be active. We want you to grab power from the challenges and the steps that have already been done in the plasticpreneurial sector. And that's why in some next minutes we're going to proceed with our educational part. But before that, it's time to say goodbye to the people who are watching the bootcamp through the YouTube channel of Remedies. So thanks a lot. We're going to become a bit modest for the time being, and roll up our sleeves and proceed with more internal, let's say, procedures. So thanks a lot for being with us today. And I guess that before moving to the masterclass with George, we can have something like a 5-minute break so that you can stretch yourselves, grab some tea, water, coffee, whatever fits your needs best, and see you in 5 minutes. Thank you.